I'll be recording the session. Okay. So welcome you all for the fourth session of school improvement planning. And today we are going to cover very important standard for the UAE school inspection framework, which is related to students' personal and social development and their innovation skills. Now, you know what I mean. Before that, once we did first three sessions, we were talking about students' achievement, like what is the attainment, how the progress is monitored, and what are the learning skills that we have to carry forward. For teaching and learning, for the schools to be very effective, first standard, which was like student achievement, it was one of the most important, and sometimes we call it very critical, standard for school improvement and for the school inspection. Standard two, normally it is related to well-being of the school community. So it includes both the students, especially the learners, and then of course the teachers, the management staff, and the other. Yes, please. So there we must remember a couple of things that before we start with this thing, the social workers of the school, they are part of this thing. Then well-being team, this should be part of this session. You can forward this session to them. Secondly, of course, the middle leaders, which are the HODs or the section supervisors, they can be part of this thing, because this is normally it is pastoral kind of standard, like in this pastoral care is required. So before I start, just a little introduction for me. My name is Muhammad Anwarul Haq. So I actually am providing educational consultancy for the school improvement planning, and I have plenty of experience as a school leader in different capacities and different roles, starting from middle leader up to the senior leadership management. So let's start with the session with the first thing. Like before, whenever I start my session, you must remember, if you are a newcomer into this, you must remember what is the framework language. These are the two integral parts you will see in all my presentations. So first there are the 6 levels: that outstanding, very good, good, acceptable, weak, and very weak. This is according to the UAE inspection framework. And the second part is the quantitative analysis, that you must remember what exactly these quantitative analysis they mean. So there similarly there is the category, like almost all. What does it mean? You should be very much familiar with these quantitative numbers. Like almost all means it is above 90%. Above 90% of the students, or whatever the criteria you have mentioned, it should be achieved. Most it ranges from 75 to 90%. Large majority means it is going from 60 to 74. Majority it is in the range of 50 to 60. So on, if you can continue with this or this quantitative terms. Okay. Next, that we have to do, like for example, as a school leader or as a middle leader or senior leadership member, you must remember what are you looking for. So what are the things that you are looking for in teaching and learning? It should be coming in the terms of above curriculum, in line with the curriculum, and below the curriculum, or uh, you are not meeting the expectations. Okay. These are the thing, like below the curriculum standard. So obviously it is for weak or very weak. So these are the terms. And most importantly, I've just mentioned the outstanding rate, like above the curriculum, how many students they should be performing. Like if you are at school where you have scored very good and you are looking for outstanding, or if you are a good school, you are looking for a very good, then 60 to 74% mean large majority of the student, they should be performing above your curriculum standards. Now let's come back to this our standard that we are going to discuss. This is, first of all, this is standard number 2 according to the UAE inspection framework. It is actually related to the student personal and personal development, then social responsibility and innovation skills. All these things, they are part of this standard. So once we are talking about personal development, there is a way of reading the UAE inspection framework. I'm not emphasizing on very weak or acceptable schools. Okay, because majority of the school, they are already acceptable. So if you are moving from acceptable to good, or from good to very good, or from very good to outstanding, so let's take a look how you are going to assess yourself according to the framework. Let's say you are one acceptable school. If you are an acceptable school, so what you have to do? You have to look the ideally you should look for two step ahead. You should prepare for very good, and end of the day you will be landing here in the good area. This is one thing. But if you don't want to, at least from the acceptable level, you have to work towards good. So how we are moving from acceptable to good, or from good to very good, or outstanding? Again, I mentioned this thing to a number of my who have interactions, that if you are trying to make school improvement planning, you must make two steps ahead. So if you cannot achieve that step, you can at least you can go for the next step, like you can show the growth. Now here, if you see the student personal development in school, the student's personal development, the main indicator, the first indicator, if you see here, it is the relationship here, which is 2.1 point. In fact, it is actually, I'm one slide ahead. Let me go back to the other slide, okay, which is 2.1.1, which will be here, if you can see exactly. So here, this is a student personal development. So if you see here, 2.1.1, it is reflecting what? It is reflecting student attitude. Like, what is the student attitude? you know the student attitude, 2.1.1. So now once we are figuring out what exactly we should look for, if a school is good, if your school is rated good, students have positive and responsive attitude. If you see here, I will be looking for minimum this standard, like student have positive attitude, and they are responsible, possible and responsible attitude, and they seek, this is the key word here. They seek. They seek guidance. They respond. They seek and respond to the critical feedback from the school management, from the teacher, from admin area, whatever the feedback, critical feedback is provided to them, they seek. But outstanding students or outstanding schools, they demonstrate. This is the main difference. Like, they don't have to ask for anyone, automatically they will do. Similarly, once we are talking in terms of behavior, management of the behavior, this is one of the most important part. Like, an outstanding school, how you are going to manage behavior, students, they consistently self-discipline. Like, everywhere in all phases, they show consistently the disciplined, self-disciplined behavior without the direction from any management. Okay, if you come one step below, what will be that thing? It is actually they are frequently mean it is not consistently major, or consistently you can say almost all. And frequently means you can talk about like 75 to 90% of the students. Very often, like out of 10, 8 or 9, 7 to 8 students, very consistently, they will be performing according to, the behavior issues. They will look into it. And if you see in terms of bullying, in behavior, the most important thing is bullying. Is there any bullying happening in the school? For outstanding school, there is extremely rare. Extremely rare bullying cases are reported. Very rare. Here, if you look for another thing like in terms of school, which is very good, it will be bullying incidents will be very rare. Now, what is the difference? There is a minor difference between these two, indicators. Like in outstanding and very good, in behavior, there is only the difference of one word. What is that word? There, the bullying is extremely rare, and in a very good school, it is actually very rare. So, extremely and very rare. And if you go for a good school, you can see again the same term, that is rarely you can find out. So there are three words difference. In good school it is rare, in very good school it is very rare, and in an outstanding school the behavioral issues they are extremely rare. Again I'm mentioning, I'm not touching upon acceptable, weak, or very weak category. Okay, these indicators I'm not looking for. And one more thing is there for all of us information. The thing that we have to remember, in according to UAE framework, the laws which are being implemented, very soon the acceptable school, they will not be allowed to register any Emirati student. So all the school minimum benchmark they have to reach to the good level. This is very important. So I thought I'll be sharing this thing with you all. If you have any questions, you can raise your hand. Okay. Now, next, if you move to the next indicator, which is 2.1.3, which is a relationship. If you go for the relationship, like how the students' relationship is there amongst each other and amongst them with their teachers and with their other student like seniors or junior or from other classmates. Now, here you please remember the students are sensitive. If you see the outstanding, the relationship, students are sensitive and show, empathy to needs and differences of others, like your other class. It can be classmates, it can be other faith students, it can be even the teachers. Okay, and they are always helping others. Okay, and similarly, if you go for a good school, the relationship, again, the language of the framework stays the same, like students are sensitive. But here, they are consistently helping each other. Here, before that, it was always, always they help each other for a outstanding school. Similarly, if you come back to a good school, they are, what is the difference? Students understand the needs. Now, what is the point? In a good and very good school, there is one difference. In very good school, you don't have to teach a kid to help. They are very, if they will see something happening in different or negative manner, they will speak. But in a good school, someone have to direct them. Someone have to direct them, only then they will be leading to this part. Similarly, if you go to the next indicator, if you go for the next indicator, which is 2.1.4, which is adaptation of safe and healthy lifestyles. Again, if you see here, where are the differences that we can figure out? Here you see they are extremely understanding. They just demonstrate excellent understanding of the, of the safe and healthy living within the community. While in the case of very good school, they have a secure understanding. Now, excellent understanding and secure understanding, is there anyone who can just explain upon this part? If there anyone who want to speak about what is the difference between excellent understanding of the safety issues and secure understanding of that. Secure understanding, it means what? It actually means secure understanding what exactly they need, they must know, they are knowing it. The secure mean the minimum benchmark of safety, health and safety. Okay, so this is the secure one. Then Excellent understanding means they are very well aware of each and every aspect of healthy lifestyle, this thing. And now, if we are talking about a good school, in a good school, they have sound understanding and secure understanding means sound understanding. You can say like they have 80 to 90% of the knowledge, but they don't have complete knowledge what exactly they should be knowing. This is the thing that you will be reading your framework. The last part of the personal development, which is 2.1.5, and it is actually very important for someone who is in the leading position in any school, the importance of attendance. Here, if you see, this is very interestingly, you will figure out this part. See this. Here, if you just look upon this part, like 98%, at least 98%, the knowledge should be there, like the attendance rate should be 98%. Okay. This says it should be 98%. Only then a school can be outstanding in this indicator. For a very good school, now the range is coming down. It is 96%. It should be attendance and punctuality should be reported in that school. And obviously, if you are coming down to good, it is 94%. Then 90 to 90 or below 90, it is going on like it is like a cascade of percentages. So remember, student attendance and punctuality, this is really very important. Normally, if you have seen, if you are in the responsible position in a school, you will see like during the morning assembly, all the inspector, they do love to attend your morning assemblies. They want to see how many students they are attending the assemblies. They make their mind what is the culture of a school. Similarly, they emphasize how many students are late, about punctuality and all, and they actually seek the data for it. So a school must provide a rigorous data which is showing attendance and punctuality for throughout the academic year. Okay. Now afterwards, what we will be doing, we'll be moving to the next indicator, which is 2.2, understanding of Islamic values and awareness of Emirati and world culture. So there, this indicator is divided into three components. I can further jolt it down. First is Islamic values, which is 2.2.1. Okay, how much knowledge of Islamic values a student is having. Second is how much knowledge about heritage or respect they have for the UAE heritage and culture. And third one, which is how much appreciation is there for the other cultures, like because normally if you see around a school in UAE, you can see multicultural cultural society, like there are students from different cultures, different backgrounds. So this indicator, it actually emphasizes these parts. Now according to 2.2.1, which is showing about how the students they know the Islamic values. So, an outstanding school should be having, the student must be having excellent appreciation and understanding of Islamic values. They are taught, they are well aware of what exactly they should know and how they should behave in an Islamic society. Now, again, if I already explained in my previous slide that they have secure information, understanding of Islamic values. Okay, in UAE especially. Okay, the secure appreciation. So there was a complete appreciation, complete knowledge and understanding, and for a very good school, they should be having a secure what exactly they should know, the minimum they are knowing, and they now for a good school they have clear appreciation and understanding. They are aware of the culture of Islamic values, but they have clear understanding, but they don't know 100% what exactly the school or community want from them to understand the Islamic values. It depends upon within the students which are the same faith, which is Islam, and those kids which are actually from the other religion. They should know what exactly they should be knowing about Islam to what are the values of Islam. Like for example, they should know, a non-Muslim student must know during the Ramadan time how they are going to interact with each other in terms of you know giving respect to the month of Ramadan or to their colleague. So in this regard, you can easily explain this part. Second part, which is respect for heritage and culture of the UAE. Here again, the activity coordinator of the school, it has major role to play. How you are celebrating different UAE, celebrations, like for example, in this month, Flag Day, which was already been celebrated across UAE, correct? Similarly, all other events which are related to UAE National Day, all the event must be organized in such a way like each and every member of the school, he or she should be aware of it, and they should be respecting. So now, once we are talking about culture of UAE, respect for the culture of the UAE, students, they fully respect. This is outstanding. Again, please remember. And then the second one is, once we are talking about a good school, you will see the student, they are, if you see here, the students, they are very knowledgeable. Okay, first is fully, and they are very knowledgeable. They know minor things also which are related to UAE culture and UAE heritage. So they are very sensitive to it. And a good school, the students, they must know they are having a, you can say, some kind of knowledge, but it is not as complete knowledge. Sometimes they may not know the consequences of small gesture which can be not acceptable for the UAE society. Similarly, now if we go for 2.2.3, which is the indicator about understanding and appreciation of their own, you should respect your culture as well as the culture of others, like world cultures. So here, outstanding students of one outstanding school, they should be having excellent understanding of their own culture and the culture of their classmates or those people who are in their community within the school environment, even external also. Similarly, if you see a very good school, so they have the word that it has been shown here, it is written deep understanding. Deep understanding means deep understanding means they should be knowing, like they have the knowledge about themselves, the culture from where they are coming from, and what are the cultures of other religions or other communities. So they have a deep understanding. They know how to behave, how to interact. So no one is actually, get some kind of sentimental, you cannot hurt anyone's sentiments. Okay. Similarly, a good school will be having, the students will be having clear understanding. Okay. One, so what is the difference here? If the school is good and moving to very good, the social study teachers, the activity coordinator, they should provide them lot of counseling, and even the social workers, psychologists, they must provide them a continuous counseling session for the school in different phases to make them aware of different culture and how to respect each other. That is the most important part. Now, if we move to the next part of standard 2, it is 2.3, which is the indicator indicating social responsibility and innovation skills. Now, again, if you see, if you are a school leader, you must revisit your SPR review report very recently, the recent one, you will see what exactly you got in this indicator, in this particular kind of performance standard. Okay, so 2.3.1, it is related to community involvement, volunteering, and social contribution. So this is actually a school, what exactly UAE inspection framework, it tried to, inculcate the community kind of association with all of the student learners, and how they should be volunteering themselves for different kind of social works and all, and also at contribution to the society, social contributions. An outstanding school, you will find out the students, they will be proactive, they don't wait for any direction from anyone, they take responsibility on their own. They are proactive. Before anyone tell them to do it, they have to be like they are taking charge of this, like they are proactive and responsible for members of the school, and moreover in volunteering, they frequently volunteer themselves without being like on their selves, on their own. They will be volunteering themselves for different kind of events which are taking place within the school, or sometimes they will be proactive. They will be guiding the management, they will approach the management that we should be doing this and this. Similarly, a very good school, the students, they will be participating willingly. Like for example, in outstanding school, they were proactive. Before you ask them, they are reacting to it. Willingly means if you give them this option, are you so by their will, you don't have to convince them. Here, please remember, willingly means you don't have to convince them. You just have to tell these are the things that we want to do as a school for the community services and all. So they will be participating into those events willingly. While in a good school, they understand the responsibility, and not very few they will be willingly to do, others they have to get motivation from different quarters of the school, only then they will be participating. So please make note of this part, like how the community involvement differs in these indicators, how you'll be judged as a good, very good, or outstanding school. Similarly, if you go for 2.3.2, which is work ethics, innovation, enterprise, and entrepreneurship. This is again very important, like how you are going to judge. Normally in a school, enterprise and entrepreneurship, it is very rare. If you look around as a school leader into your school, so you have to go for different avenues, how you are going to inculcate these kind of activities within your school environment. So here students, they undertake like the outstanding school, they are having excellent work ethics. Okay, here if you are talking about very good schools, so they have very positive work ethics, they collaborate with each other very respectfully, and they have even in good school they have positive work ethics. Now, where actually we are suffering here, the entrepreneurship and enterprises. Okay, if you see here in outstanding, some of the students, this part, some of the students, they undertake they undertake entrepreneurship on their own. Here you have to give them some kind of guidance, and then there will be supervision. And here, not only the supervision for a good school for the first thing, there will be no entrepreneurship in good school. Okay, in this indicator, if you want to induct this thing, you have to supervise, you have to provide them the ideas and all, and only then the students, they will be able to start with some kind of enterprises or entrepreneurship skills they will learn. So this is the difference. So here, the life skills of a student, they must inculcate in their normal daily routine, so which will be helpful for them to cope with the 21st century skills in future. Lastly, the last slide, if we go for today, we have taken very long time because this standard have lot of indicators and elements. Now, if we go with this part, if you see here, environmental awareness and action. So environmental awareness, this is one of the burning issue at present. Okay, for throughout the world, like you can see SPIA from Sharjah Education Academy, EDIC, KHDA. They emphasize very, they really emphasize on the sustainability, environment awareness among the students. So their different initiatives are being started from different levels, like SPIA from Sharjah Education Academy or a Sharjah Private Education Authority. They have initiated like green school program, isn't it? Like a plantation and other even green curriculum is being started. So some of the schools, they are part of this pilot. Okay. So here the student, they should be given environmental awareness about different aspects of the environment, how they contribute for the well-being of other school members within the school community, or as a whole for the whole community around on national and international scale. So here, if you see an outstanding school, the student, they will be having successful, very successful awareness about the school environment. They know what is the importance, how they have to behave, how they can help the school community to be very much agile related to the environmental issues, how to tackle with them. They will indicate these are the things which are actually causing these kind of problems. So they are actually very much part of the system. In good, very good school, if you see here, they seek ways. So seek ways mean again they need some kind of guidance. If you provide them the guidance, they will, like you provide them some kind of events, and then they will participate. But an outstanding student, outstanding school, the student, they will create some of the thing from their own. Like I will not nominate my school, but some of the students, they came up with the maintenance of the school garden on their own without any kind of uh, you know uh, inputs from either from the teacher or from their other classmates or management. On their own they wanted to manage the school garden. So this is actually what this is. They are proactive. But in good school, in fact very good school, they seek the guidance. If you provide them, okay, these are the areas where you can work as a member, so they will go for it. And here in the last part, like, which is good, they take part in activities. If you conduct activities, they will be participating into the, but they are not in the terms of organizers. Here you can read it. They organize, they manage the event. Okay, you give them the some kind of tools, like this is the way and they will organize it. Here they themselves, they organize and evaluate everything. But in case of a good school, you have to create activities for them, only then they will be participating in, like for example, if you are creating science exhibition, okay, or you create some kind of STEM projects, only then they will be under the supervision of teachers or other administrative staff. Only then they will be participating. So in this way, I try to manage my session to give you holistic idea about standard 2. I hope this discussion will give you some of the glimpse how to manage as a leader. Either you are in middle leadership team as a social worker, activity coordinator, or in senior leadership team responsible for health and safety and of the school and school environment. Thank you very much. If there is any question from anyone, please you can have your thoughts. The floor is open for you. Thank you. Anyone? If there is no question, then definitely I will be ending the session, and this recording I will be putting into my LinkedIn account. Okay. So technically speaking, there are no questions I can see here, and mashallah, there are good number of participants today in this in our session. So thank you very much for your participation in this event. Okay, I didn't want to go further into detail because actually it was 1 hour session, but once we are talking about Zoom sessions, they are just limited to 40 minutes. So I cannot go prolong this thing for 1 hour. Thank you so much for your participation. I really appreciate for your time and your efforts, and wish you best of luck in your capacity to contribute to the community. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Is there any? I feel there is no question from anyone. Thank you. I'm ending the session.